What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are working on Little Monster again. In the last video I started up the bike for the very first time and it sounded absolutely amazing. Now also what I told you is that I have a problem with the clutch. So I'm filming this on Saturday, so I don't have any solution for the clutch yet because the video still has to come out and I don't really know where I can get the harder springs that I need to get in there to stop the clutch from moving, because it engages every single time I start up the bike. So that is a little bit of a problem, so we cannot really ride it, but we have still a lot of stuff to do. We still don't have any stopping power, we don't have any brakes. Also the choke lever, that little piece that I was looking for, it was in my camera bag all along, so I could have finished that in the previous video, but I didn't find it for some reason. But now I got it and we can finish that off. That is gonna be a small job. But for today, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna mainly focus on is the wheels and the brakes. Now what I mean with the brakes is I mean the brake discs. I'm gonna paint strip the back brake and I'm gonna clean up the front brake and also clear coat it because I want it to be shiny metal. This one doesn't really look that bad. It looks actually pretty nice with the gold, but we have to mature up. But we're gonna remove the gold and get it to a nice shiny bright metal. Also with this one I'm gonna have to clean it up, scuff it up, do it, whatever. So first of all I'm gonna do that. After that I'm gonna focus on the wheels, getting that nasty yellow paint off of there. I never liked it before, so it's gonna go. So we're gonna have to take off the wheels and strip that of paint and make the disc brakes sit nice and perfectly on there, because that was also an issue with a lot of Loctite, as you can see from this one. I mean, that is a lot of Loctite. That is not good. Also, I got some bolts for the disc brakes, but they are a little bit too long, so I'm gonna have to cut them off. But that is gonna be when I clear coated the disc brakes and the paint is all removed, so that is gonna be at the end of the video. Also the sprocket, in the last video I told you I'm gonna clean this up and clear coat it. Not really sure about this anymore, because maybe I'm gonna replace the back sprocket. Who knows, get a different chain on there. We will see what parts we can find. So I'm not gonna clear coat it. It doesn't look that bad. It's not the shiniest metal, but it's not the dirtiest. There's no rust or whatever. So I'm gonna keep that as is. So yeah, let's get started. Get right into it. We're gonna do a lot of stuff today and the bike is gonna be almost complete. So the brake discs are clear coated. They look absolutely amazing. Again, above the fire, here are the painted parts. And as you can see, not any rust even on the small one. It looks absolutely perfect. They're gonna look good on the bike. Now, from the paint stripping from the wheels, they are doing pretty fine. This is one that is still with the paint on it. I had to do 2 layers because the paint was so old and it wasn't really bubbling up. But now it's bubbling up and it's gonna clean up pretty nice. I already did the small one, as you can see. Not all the paint is already off there, but it looks pretty nice. Now, why is the tire off? You didn't remove the tire to strip the paint. Now, like everything that I work on, not everything goes to plan. Plan was strip down the paint, put the brake disc back on there and the sprocket, and then just pump up the tires and start riding. Of course, with the chain and the clutch and whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean. I was gonna ride the bike just like that. Now, 16 years ago, when I got the bike, the rear tire always deflates. Every single time. I pump it up and like 10 minutes later, it's flat again. Why is this? Well, there was a hole in it. Now I sent it off to somebody to patch the tire and put it back on there. And it worked for a little bit, but it started leaking again. So what I did myself, I pulled out the tire, pulled out the inner tire as well. This is on the back tire. And I put in like the tire valve that they put into cars to make a tubeless tire. Now these tires don't come tubeless. It's with an inner tube. I don't know why, because it's a solid rim. You don't have any spokes, but it worked. It worked for a little bit. There was still a small leak, but the tire kept its pressure for a lot longer. Now I didn't do that on the front tire because the leak wasn't that bad. But now, when I started stripping the paint off the rim, I pumped up the tire. Now because I cleaned off the paint stripper with soapy water, I could see a lot of bubbles. Now the bubbles came from the valve. So that means the tire is always gonna leak. There's nothing I can do about it. I started ripping off the tire and I might have broken the tire. So here's the outer tire. It looks pretty nasty on this side, as you can see. Pretty dirty. So I'm gonna have to clean that up. Not a big deal. Now let me show you the inner tire. Yeah. That is a really big hole. So using the inner tire is out of the question right now. Now I know somewhere in here, in this place, I have that valve. I was planning on using it on the ciao to do a leak down test, but I didn't use it. I know it's here, but I can't find it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy new ones. The one that I got is a straight one. And I want a bent one, because with this small wheel, if I'm gonna do a straight one, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to pump up the tires. So I'm gonna have to buy 2 new ones. Now I saw them in a shop where I got those other bits and bobs, where I got the heat resistant red paint for the clutch. I saw them, didn't buy them, didn't think I would need them because I had one here. But yeah, now I need them. So I'm gonna buy a bent one, so it will be easier to pump up the tires. Now this means that I'm gonna have to make sure the tire seals perfectly with the rim. Now have a look at the inside of the rim. I mean, this is pretty nasty. Look at this. Oh my god. All brown and whatever. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna have to clean this up, because when you look at here, no tire will seal on this surface. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean up the whole side, make it nice and pretty, maybe sand it with like a very fine grit on the bead of the rim. Now when I reinstall the tires, I'm gonna put sealant on there. I'm gonna make sure they are airtight and they stay inflated. Now this comes with a problem. We cannot bolt on the disc brake. This means when I have to put on the tire, I'm not want to be interfered by the disc brakes or the sprocket with the other wheel, that I'm gonna have to take the tire off there as well. A little bit more work, but I want to do it right. And this was an issue that I laid off for a very long time, but now, yeah, we just gonna have to do it. So now I'm gonna remove all the bubbling up paint from here and clean up the surface, because this is gonna be dirty as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So not really a big time lapse, it's mainly just cleaning the rims. I got one ready to show you the difference between how it looks and how it's gonna look. So here it is, side by side. This one is the clean one, this one is the dirtiest one. As you can see, this rim is really dirty. And as we see how it's gonna be, all nice and shiny, smooth. I even cleaned up the tire. As you can see, this is a nice clean bead. And when I was cleaning, I saw this, tubeless. Let me show you the other one. This is what it looked before and after. When you look at the rims side by side, I mean, this is gonna seal, this probably not. So that means these tires are tubeless ready. Now to make the rims tubeless, we need those small little valves. I was thinking maybe shorter ones or with an angle. I'm gonna have to see what I get in the shop. I'm gonna have to check that out later. But it's getting pretty late. But I'm gonna continue, I'm gonna clean that rim. It's gonna be a late one, but I want to prep every single thing for next week to remount the tires and make them hold pressure, because now, yeah, nothing's gonna hold the pressure on that rim. This was a step that I was a little bit threatened about, but I'm happy I did it and it's gonna be awesome. I mean, with an inner tire like this, yeah, we don't want to go fast. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue on with it and I will see you when the other rim and tire are also clean. So, the wheels are done and just look at them. They look all nice and pretty. Tire, the bead looks absolutely perfect. So those are ready for reassemble. Of course, we still need the valves. Next week, I'm gonna get those. Now, before I wanna finish up this video, I just want to install these guys. Well, at least one of them. This is the piece that I looked for last week for the choke lever. It's a small little piece that you can slide over the cable and make your own, cables or whatever. So I'm just gonna do that. It's not gonna take that long, but I'm gonna walk you guys through it. So first of all, let's release those zip ties and turn this barrel all the way down. Now let's get that air filter out of here, so we can see what we are doing. Release this clip, get that housing off of there and pull out the filter. Now let's get our piece. I mean, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna take out the middle part or the locking part, slide it over the cable, get it into that hole, tighten it up, mark off our end piece, get our good snips. As you can see, that fits nice and perfect. We have a little bit of play in the cable, so we're gonna adjust the barrel, check it again. That looks pretty solid. And now when we pull the lever, it completely closes. Absolutely perfect. So now we can close this up again and look at that. Another job done. So after a long day of work, it's later than usual. It's about almost 10 p.m. right now. I'm gonna have to call it quits for this video. I mean, we did a lot of work. The wheels look absolutely amazing. The disc brakes, I just put them on there just to see how they look, but they look absolutely amazing with the silver wheels. They're gonna look amazing on this bike. Of course, when we paint the frame, everything is gonna come together. But that is for a later stage. We still need to mount the tires. I still need to get the tire valves. And hopefully everything goes smoothly and the tires keep their air. But I'm pretty confident. I cleaned everything, sanded everything that needs to be sanded. It's all nice, perfect and smooth. So I don't think I'm gonna have any issues mounting the tires, and hopefully they hold air. I really hope so, because it was a problem before and I don't want that problem anymore. So after that, we just have to work out the brake system. Just for ease, I'm gonna put on the front brake first, get the whole front section complete, so I don't have to worry about that again. Of course, the back brake is gonna be a little bit of an issue where I'm gonna put that brake lever, but everybody knows that a motorcycle gets his braking power from the front wheel and not from the back wheel, so we're gonna have have stopping power. But yeah, I'm pretty happy how it looks. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. Check out the playlist in the description down below to see every single video from this bike. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter and on Instagram. And if you're not already subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.